Some machines are remembered not for global sales or headline specs but for how they symbolize a turning point. A moment when heritage, ambition, and limited means intersected. Picture a motorcycle built during an era of shifting tastes, uncertain craftsmanship, and a longing to reconnect with classic American touring character. Imagine a machine that seemed almost out of time. Think of enthusiasts debating authenticity, evaluating components sourced from multiple regions, and wondering what truly defines a legacy product. The name, the engine lineage, or the story behind its creation. This tale follows a motorcycle that stood at the edge of history, questioned its own identity, and sparked long conversations about what survival really means in a changing marketplace. Like and subscribe, then comment the next topic you want to explore. The Indian Chief 1975 emerges here as a late attempt to express traditional American touring character using a blend of components that reflected both ambition and constraint. To understand how it arrived at that moment, we start with the fading glow of a once famous marque whose earlier decades had seen confident long-haul machines and charismatic engines. By the mid-1970s, the Indian Chief 1975 represented a point where continuity relied on small-scale production, assembled with parts from multiple sources to approximate a familiar silhouette. This effort echoed an older era of open roads and long-distance pride. The project leaned on heritage styling cues such as broad fenders, large saddle seats, and visual heft. Yet the mechanical story was different, drawing on European powertrains and chassis elements that challenged assumptions about authenticity. The Indian Chief 1975 needed to satisfy enthusiasts who respected classic looks but demanded real-world usability. Expectations included predictable road comfort, generous torque for steady touring, and the kind of presence that made the name resonate. Early owners recognized that while its engine origin differed from past machines, the motorcycle still sought to deliver day-long comfort. The frame geometry and suspension were tuned to handle conventional paved routes with reasonable composure. Fans noted that the Indian Chief 1975 favored highway rhythm over tight backroad play. Tall gearing encouraged calm riding, and its touring posture leaned toward long, steady sessions rather than aggressive cornering. The electrical layout reflected a mix of period components that aimed for functional reliability. Simple instrumentation and straightforward controls were part of the experience. The Indian Chief 1975 retained a visually commanding presence, with an aesthetic that leaned into recognizable heritage. Decorative elements suggested lineage even when the underlying mechanical DNA had shifted. The saddle prioritized comfort with generous padding and a relaxed rider triangle. This allowed owners to travel extended distances with reduced fatigue. Fuel capacity supported the touring mission. Owners valued consistent range, enabling meaningful day trips or multi-day routes without constant stops. Accessory culture, though limited, encouraged saddlebags and personal touches. This reflected the desire to express individuality and enhance long-haul use. The Indian Chief 1975 also served as a cultural symbol, revived at a moment when American touring identity faced new pressures from emerging global tastes. Riders debated what it meant for a motorcycle to preserve the spirit of tradition. Offering a European-sourced power unit was a bold compromise. It delivered credible output and acceptable smoothness while raising brand identity questions. The Indian Chief 1975 engine favored mid-range character suitable for highway use. Steady torque curves supported cruising at moderate speeds, while mechanical feedback reminded riders of period engineering. Carburation required thoughtful tuning. Owners who maintained clean jets and proper synchrony enjoyed predictable response across varied elevations. While braking performance was modest by modern standards, period riders appreciated reliable control under normal conditions. Single-disc layouts, simple hydraulics, and balanced weight distribution helped maintain confidence. Some owners invested in improved brake pads and careful maintenance to ensure stable performance at highway speeds. The straightforward design made such routines approachable. The Indian Chief 1975 suspension emphasized comfort over sharp reflexes. Twin shocks at the rear and conventional telescopic forks provided sufficient compliance for long stretches of pavement. Minimalist damping offered a soft ride that suited touring loads. Carrying luggage or a passenger highlighted the calm workflow of the chassis. Steering was relaxed. Wide handlebars promoted gentle transitions and stable tracking over rolling hills. Wind protection was user-configurable. Optional screens eased fatigue on open interstates, while riders seeking minimalist aesthetics preferred open-air simplicity. The Indian Chief 1975 made an impression in smaller communities of enthusiasts who valued the chance to keep this historical lineage in motion. club gatherings and regional meets became supportive spaces. These gatherings offered opportunities to compare notes on maintenance. Carb settings, ignition timing, and suspension service were common subjects. Owners shared strategies to keep parts supply alive. Mixing reproduction components with hand-fabricated solutions maintained rideability. The Indian Chief 1975 forged personal relationships between riders. Those who adopted this machine felt invested in a cause larger than transportation. As vintage interest grew, more collectors began valuing the Indian Chief 1975 for its distinct narrative. It symbolized persistence through limited resources and hybrid engineering. Unlike large-scale production from a rival or another manufacturer, this motorcycle reflected grassroots ambition. Outcomes depended on the dedication of small teams rather than corporate planning. The Indian Chief 1975 also drew attention from historians who viewed it as a transitional machine. Its design captured both respect for traditional silhouettes and a willingness to borrow tools from diverse sources. The narrative raised complicated questions about brand identity. Did authenticity require pure internal lineage, or could heritage be protected through creative adaptation? Period manuals, rider impressions, and surviving examples reveal a machine defined by compromise. However, its ambition resonates with anyone who appreciates the tenacity of small workshops. Its rarity contributed to fascination. Low production volumes turned each machine into a personal story, tracked through multiple owners and restored over decades. The Indian Chief 1975 gained a reputation for requiring thoughtful, patient upkeep. Riders who engaged with regular maintenance found it rewarding. Carb cleaning, valve checks, and periodic alignments helped sustain reliability under highway loads. These tasks reinforced the hands-on character of the machine. Paintwork and trim often required careful care to resist aging. Subtle fading became part of the charm rather than a flaw. Some examples received updated finishes over time. Enthusiasts balanced preservation with practical renewal. The engine sound carried a distinctive voice, mixing European cadence with American touring gravitas. Riders appreciated this unique auditory personality. The Indian Chief 1975 enters Segment 2 as a study in identity, blending form and function from diverse origins to create a touring motorcycle that balanced nostalgia with resourceful engineering. This machine arrived at a moment when enthusiasts sought clarity about what truly defined the name, and that question shaped how riders evaluated everything from chassis to power delivery. Using a European engine allowed the Indian Chief 1975 to provide credible mid-range character. Twin cylinders supplied steady thrust for long-distance cruising, encouraging riders to settle into a smooth rhythm across long highway stretches. Its displacement supported highway merging with calm confidence. Torque arrived predictably rather than with sudden spikes, giving a reassuring feel at common travel speeds. Carburation required attentive tuning. Riders familiar with period hardware managed jets and synchrony to maintain clean throttle response across varying temperatures and elevations. The Indian Chief 1975 exhaust arrangement aimed for a relaxed tone that complemented its touring mission. Sound levels stayed within polite boundaries, reinforcing the bike's calm personality. Ignition systems of the era demanded regular checks. Careful maintenance rewarded owners with consistent spark and reliable starting routines. Fuel economy reflected the balance between engine size and touring expectations. While not class-leading, its range allowed riders to cover meaningful distances before refueling. The gearbox favored smooth shifts. Ratios were spaced to keep the engine comfortably in its usable band, encouraging relaxed highway progress and minimizing fatigue. The Indian Chief 1975 final drive system transferred power with trustworthy efficiency. Robust design suited sustained road use with straightforward service intervals. Vibration control relied on thoughtful mounting. While some mechanical feedback remained, it became part of the character rather than a distraction. The frame geometry, though adapted to accommodate its mixed component heritage, aimed for straight-line stability. Weight distribution supported predictable handling during long-haul routes. Steering response remained measured. Wide controls encouraged patient, deliberate inputs rather than sharp reactions. Front suspension offered a compliant approach to rough pavement. This comfort-first tuning served riders who valued smooth travel over tight corner feedback. At the rear, twin shocks provided reliable motion control for varied loading. Riders observed that modest adjustments could improve comfort when carrying luggage. The Indian Chief 1975 braking system reflected period expectations. Single discs and straightforward hydraulics delivered acceptable stopping strength under typical touring conditions. Owners who maintained pads and fluid enjoyed consistent performance. Routine care made a significant difference in feel and confidence. Wheel and tire choices balanced durability and road comfort. Period rubber favored predictable manners rather than aggressive cornering traction. Riding ergonomics aligned with its touring mission. Wide bars, a relaxed seat height, and a supportive saddle positioned riders for long sessions without significant strain. The Indian Chief 1975 instrument cluster emphasized clarity. Simple gauges gave riders the essential data needed for long trips without distraction. Electrical systems combined straightforward wiring with durable components. Proper maintenance preserved reliability in variable climates. Lighting supported night travel. Headlamps offered adequate reach, and period bulbs could be upgraded for improved roadway visibility. Owners valued the Indian Chief 1975 for its capacity to evoke classic silhouette. Styling cues such as deep fenders and generous chrome invited comparisons to older machines. Paint schemes leaned traditional. Colors captured vintage character while enhancing the imposing stance. Hand-finished elements spoke to the modest production scale. Small teams assembled machines with careful attention to visual detail. Saddlebags and touring accessories found a natural place here. The motorcycle's form welcomed practical additions for extended outings. The Indian Chief 1975 became a canvas for personalization. Owners added custom seats, subtle aesthetic accents, or period-correct lighting touches. Regional clubs embraced these machines. Gatherings showcased both pristine restorations and well-traveled examples. Owners exchanged maintenance stories. Carb tuning, ignition adjustments, and suspension service inspired lively community discussion. Resourceful riders located parts through niche suppliers. Occasional fabrication bridged gaps when original stock ran thin. This sharing spirit kept many examples mobile. The Indian Chief 1975 persisted because owners refused to let them sit dormant. The collector market gradually took notice. Limited production and unique origin created intrigue among enthusiasts. Restoring the Indian Chief 1975 required patience. Careful sourcing, mechanical diligence, and an eye for period finishes supported authentic outcomes. Preservation-minded owners often chose to maintain patina. Subtle aging became part of the story rather than a flaw. Tasteful refurbishment kept machines roadworthy. Polishing, repainting, or saddle repair aligned with the aim of continued use. Mechanical overhauls followed reliable routines. Engine inspections, gasket refreshes, and carb rebuilds allowed confident touring. The Indian Chief 1975 stood as proof that authenticity can emerge through experience rather than strict lineage. Riders frequently evaluated the machine based on how it felt and how it traveled rather than where every component originated. In this era, another manufacturer might have chosen to wait for larger investment before releasing a flagship. Small-scale craftsmanship instead carried the banner here. The Indian Chief 1975 demonstrated that heritage survives through participation. Owners who rode, maintained, and shared their stories became custodians of tradition. Enthusiasts often described the riding experience as calm and grounded. The machine rewarded steady pace over aggressive behavior. On rural highways, the Indian Chief 1975 offered a gentle sway. The chassis absorbed imperfections while preserving reassuring control. In towns, its substantial presence drew attention. The silhouette reminded onlookers of earlier decades. Fuel stops became conversation starters. Riders fielded curious questions about heritage and mechanical lineage. The Indian Chief 1975 also prompted discussion about brand philosophy. Some argued that embracing outside technology was a smart move when domestic options were limited. This viewpoint recognized that survival often requires adaptation. Without such choices, the name might have faded entirely. Others held that true continuity required core mechanical lineage. Yet even they acknowledged the courage of the team who built these bikes. The Indian Chief 1975 occupies a middle path. Its combination of traditional styling and hybrid engineering invites both reflection and appreciation. Owners speak of maintenance not as a chore but as a meaningful ritual. Each completed task reinforced personal connection. Regular valve checks, chain adjustments, and lubrication routines sustained confidence on long journeys. The machine rewarded attentive care. Those who invested in understanding its systems enjoyed consistent performance. Its design philosophy centered on endurance. Parts were chosen with reliability in mind rather than cutting-edge speed. The Indian Chief 1975 returns in segment 3 as a symbol of resilience whose story shifted from short-run touring machine to a marker of cultural continuity. In the years that followed, owners, restorers, and historians treated this motorcycle as a patient mentor, encouraging slow travel, thoughtful upkeep, and a sense of continuity that outlived its brief production. After its debut, the Indian Chief 1975 existed largely through the commitment of individuals rather than large-scale support. Parts circulated through small networks, while local fabricators created solutions that kept the machines ready for summer tours. This decentralized care built a quiet legacy. The motorcycle transformed from a product into a shared craft, where every gasket, repaint, and carb rebuild became another chapter in its unfolding life. Riders described the Indian Chief 1975 as a partner in measured exploration. Relaxed geometry, wide seating, and an easy cadence turned cross-county roads into a calm procession that welcomed conversation and reflection at each stop. This touring style shaped the narrative. Rather than chasing high speed or technical spectacle, its character conveyed steady presence, inviting riders to observe scenery rather than rush past it. At regional meets, the Indian Chief 1975 served as a gathering point. Though numbers remained modest, each example arrived with personal stories that blended discovery, patience, and trust. Visual impact remained central. Deep fenders and broad side profiles signaled classic identity, generating curiosity at gas stations and roadside cafes. Enthusiasts emphasized that the Indian Chief 1975 spoke through experience. Torque arrived with steady assurance, helping the motorcycle settle into long-distance rhythm that suited rural passes and open interstates. This rhythm fostered emotional connection. Owners often recalled quiet mornings on remote highways where the machine sustained pace without drama. Once parked, the silhouette conveyed purpose. Chrome touches, saddle contours, and warm paint schemes formed an approachable elegance that invited conversation from new riders. The Indian Chief 1975 held value not as a showcase machine, but as a touring companion whose best qualities appeared after hours of seat time. Its engine, though sourced from Europe, proved reputable. Careful carb management, regular valve checks, and fresh ignition components maintained predictable performance. Many riders praised how the motorcycle aged. With spaced intervals and attentive care, it retained function across decades, allowing the same examples to cross states year after year. The frame and suspension tolerated varied loads. Luggage weight, passenger seats, and travel gear rarely unsettled the chassis, enabling reliable progress across long journeys. Even when compared with newer machines from another manufacturer, the Indian Chief 1975 maintained its allure by offering a calm, reassuring style that differentiated long-form travel. Preservation work evolved steadily. Restorers documented each step to guide others, ensuring knowledge spread across generations of owners. This collective memory formed a protective network. It allowed the Indian Chief 1975 to move from a rare product to a cultural reference whose existence was guaranteed by those who valued continuity. As vintage interest developed, collectors gained appreciation for historical nuance. Many recognized that a motorcycle could embody tradition even if pieces originated outside the original factory. This realization expanded notions of authenticity. Instead of demanding mechanical purity, riders began valuing experience, silhouette, and the emotional link to earlier touring eras. The Indian Chief 1975 embodied this shift. It taught that identity could be preserved through sustained use rather than strict lineage. Owners noted that the motorcycle rewarded commitment. When stored correctly and serviced with regular routines, it delivered dependable outings and maintained comfortable ride quality. Even minor refresh work, like brake pad replacement or shock tuning, revived the machine for additional seasons. Each cycle extended its story. Paint touch-ups, chrome cleaning, and seat rework followed patient hands, adding new life while respecting vintage character. Many examples emerged from barns or workshops with refreshed finishes and documented histories. Their journeys continued under new custodians who appreciated the layered narrative. Travel diaries and restoration logs preserved personal voices. These writings described family trips, rural crossings, and community gatherings that centered around the Indian Chief 1975. Geography shaped personality. Owners in warmer regions enjoyed year-round touring, while riders in cooler climates planned seasonal journeys and winter maintenance sessions. These rhythms forged bonds. Each spring, engines turned over again, confirming that care and community could overcome time. The presence of the Indian Chief 1975 at events demonstrated its quiet authority. It stood as a testament to persistence and thoughtful stewardship. Riders often approached the motorcycle respectfully. They considered its history, examined the hybrid engineering, and asked about the challenges of keeping it active. Knowledge transferred verbally. Tuning hints, sourcing leads, and maintenance insights spread easily among enthusiasts. Restoration communities built resource lists, reproduction components, compatible parts, and machine shop services found their way into shared notes. Over time, these informal networks formed a support structure that equaled formal dealerships in practical effectiveness. Owners who joined this community discovered that the Indian Chief 1975 offered more than travel. It initiated friendships anchored in shared purpose. The Indian Chief 1975 closes this journey as a touring motorcycle defined by resilience, community, and practical engineering that preserved heritage through continued use. In the first decades after launch, the Indian Chief 1975 existed through the commitment of owners who valued quiet travel, measured pace, and hands-on care. This narrative underscores the idea that legacy is not simply inherited, it is maintained through participation, and the Indian Chief 1975 demonstrated that thoughtful upkeep, patient restoration, and personal storytelling can give mechanical history a living heartbeat. Its hybrid engineering, mixing traditional silhouette with European power, challenged expectations while proving that identity can remain strong even when it evolves. Careful tuning, routine valve checks, and sensible brake service allowed riders to trust their machines on long-form trips. Comfort-first ergonomics made the Indian Chief 1975 a preferred companion for calm touring. Wide seating and relaxed controls helped riders enjoy long sessions on rural highways, giving time to appreciate scenery rather than rush. Many riders regarded travel not as a pursuit of spectacle but as an invitation to connect with landscapes and communities. Gas stations, small diners, and roadside outlooks became recurring stages where the motorcycle sparked welcoming conversations. Owners shared insights about carburation, electrical maintenance, and sourcing solutions. These exchanges formed informal networks that effectively replaced formal dealer infrastructures. The Indian Chief 1975 encouraged creative preservation. Some owners kept patina, others refinished fenders or revived chrome, yet each choice respected the motorcycle's classic identity. Touring accessories, including luggage and windshields, supported long-range use. Each edition reflected a balance between function and visual warmth. The collector market appreciated how the Indian Chief 1975 united distinctive styling with practical reliability. Rarity and strong community support kept demand steady. Importantly, the Indian Chief 1975 demonstrated that authenticity can arise from experience. Identity grows when riders engage, maintain, and travel confidently rather than insisting on unbroken mechanical lineage. Younger enthusiasts found an ideal mentor in this machine. Approachable systems allowed hands-on learning without reliance on specialized gear. Season after season, the Indian Chief 1975 returned to events and group rides where it was admired for consistent performance, calm demeanor, and capacity to inspire new custodians. As technology advanced, the motorcycle's analog nature became a comforting alternative. Riders valued the directness of carburetors, the clarity of simple gauges, and the satisfaction of understanding each component. Each restored example confirmed that care, not spectacle, protects history. Road logs and travel journals became part of the provenance, documenting adventures that enriched collector value. Today, the Indian Chief 1975 stands as a living reminder that tradition survives when people choose to steward it. It remains active through each ride, each discussion, and each workshop session where someone learns to keep it ready for the next journey.